anything because of what police and doctors have done to me.
Okay, so what's happened?
Well, okay, it's been going on for 3 years. I came here to get help, right, from Western Australia, and Royal Adelaide broke my back, Royal Adelaide Hospital. I rang Lifeline begging for help, saying they'd broken my back. I spent 10 days in mental health in Glenside. They never x-rayed me or anything, right? And then they put me in front of a magistrate who refused to let me speak. I wasn't allowed a lawyer. Police got up and said I was on terrorism charges in Western Australia, which was a complete lie, right? They locked me in jail on a 269, right? Which I didn't know at that time because they refused to give me any paperwork or anything.
And this is in Western Australia?
No, this is here, South Australia.
Okay.
Western Australia, they kidnapped my son and caused the death of 2 of my children. And I've been fighting it for 15 years. Stolen generation never went away, they just paid more people to cover it up. And I've been gathering evidence for 15 years. And I've been called delusional, I've been called drug addict, I've been called everything. But the truth of the matter is, I've got physical evidence, right? Documentation and everything like that, proving of the West Australian courts being delusional, of doctors being delusional, and committing fraud on court papers and lying. I've got evidence of judges holding corrupt kangaroo court trials. I've got a letter from the Prime Minister in January saying he'd help, and sorry for the delay, because he didn't get back to me in November. I must be the worst abused person in Australia under the disability discrimination. Yeah, I had my back broken, put in jail for telling Lifeline I had my back broken. They found out after 5-6 weeks that yes, my back was broken, but still kept me in there for another 4 months, torturing me.
Okay, where did you go? Prison in South Australia?
Yeah. Nah, South Australia, mate. Well, I'm leaving WA out of it, right, because it's not admissible yet. But under discovery it is, because prosecution have brought up my mental problems. Right, at the moment I'm in court with them about driving offences, because while I was locked up, 12 grand worth of...
Okay, so when you're in court, WA court or South Australian court?
South Australian court.
Okay, so you're in South Australian court,
Yeah.
driving offences?
Yeah, at the moment, yep.
Okay, why?
Why? Because I had about 4 or 5 cars stolen in WA, and they ran up 12 grand worth of bills. I was sorting them out, but then I got locked up for 6 months and nobody had helped me do anything. So I couldn't sort it out. So when I got out, I didn't have a driver's licence because it was suspended because of 12 grand's worth of fines. South Australia has cost me millions and millions of dollars, and I can prove this without a doubt. Alright? They cost me, $350,000 just in what I lost in WA by illegally locking me up. And the Aboriginal legal rights movement helped them.
Okay.
And at the moment, right, okay, they've remanded it 8 times. The magistrate's delusional and thinks he's a High Court judge and has just completely ignored a Supreme Court precedent. Right? Prosecution is refusing to do anything. You know how you're supposed to let the other side know that everything that's happening? No, they're not even contacting me back. I went in, right, they changed the judge. I went in, I gave them a precedent I had been doing for 5 months. I know the precedent very, very well. It's illegal for police to pull over. Your boss, Chris Boundary, was talking about it on the ABC radio in 2017. The powers...
Sorry?
Christopher Boundary, I think it is, your boss, Legal Services Commission.
And what's that?
He was talking about the police abusing their powers and illegally pulling people over in 2017 on the ABC radio. Right? He was talking all about it, right? And not only that, I've got a Supreme Court precedent, right, from last year of the police versus Tollefson, James Tollefson, who just happens to be my carer. It happened to be my carer at the time. I know all about the case. The police illegally picked him up, right? They said he was driving erratic, had video of the scene. There was no way he could have driven erratic, right? They picked me up for no reason whatsoever. Okay.
So why were you sent to prison?
Because I rang Lifeline and told them Royal Adelaide Hospital broke my back.
Okay.
And that's the only reason. I've never done prison before, mate. I've dobbed on corrupt cops, welfare and judges in WA. I had to flee there to come here to try and get help because 2 of my kids are dead, right? And Christian Porter's helped covered it up. I've had police set me up over the last...
Where? So
in WA.
In WA? Okay,
Yeah.
How long ago?
16 years it's been going on.
16?
16 years. 10 years ago I was protesting outside of Parliament House. Oh, I haven't stopped in 16 years, mate. But because I'm like autistic or whatever they want to... You know, they say schizophrenic, but that's wrong. I'm not schizophrenic. I'm autistic. I'm very, very intelligent. I got expelled from university in 2008 for proving they've been teaching the wrong mathematics for 30 years. Right? Now, doctors still bash and drug me and call me delusional on that, even though Microsoft and half of China changed their calculators 4 years ago. Right? A Microsoft calculator is different from a Mac calculator these days. Right?
So...
And I understand the way the court process works and everything.
So what happened? What university did you go to?
What, that I got expelled from, or the one that I actually... I've been to a few.
The one we got expelled from?
Edith Cowan University in Joondalup, Western Australia. Trying to get a degree in mechatronic engineering. Because of...
Electronic engineering?
Mactronic, which is electrical and computer engineering. The Navy had already accepted... They expelled me because they told me I had to sit at the back of the class and I was only allowed to ask one question per class because I snuck in and done a whole big equation on the board proving all their math wrong. Right? And they said I'd sit at the back of the class and I said, well, what, you want me to wear a big fucking dunce cap too? Because I'm a smart ass, I've got ADHD, you know, I can't control it. Yeah, and at the time I'm on 30 milligrams of Valium a day so I can be around people. Okay? Because it's hard for me.
So in relation to what's taken place in South Australia, you're saying you've been imprisoned on the basis that you've called RAH because they broke your back?
No. Royal Adelaide Hospital broke my back because they assumed I was delusional about my son being kidnapped and my children being murdered, and that it's been covered up. So they attacked me. 2 security guards ran me into a wall so they could shove me full of paraperidol, which I'm allergic to. Right? They put me on an interim treatment order, and about 10 hours later they gave me one of my phones back after smashing one of my high-end computers and my phones. They gave me one of my phones back and told me to call someone that cared. I called Lifeline 4 times, begging for help, because my back had been broken. 50% L5 and a 40% L1. Right? Now, I got moved from there to... the police come and interview me. I can't remember much of it because I was drugged out of my head by the hospital. I was moved to Glenside for 10 days. I put paperwork in with SACAT after 72 hours, which is the law. They lost it for a week. So then Detective Holmes comes to arrest me, and on video there's a social worker there, there's 2 police officers there, and I say, I will speak for myself. I do not trust anybody. When we get back, I'll do a statement, I'll speak for myself. Went back to the police station. Robert Gillespie from Aboriginal Liaison was there. He said, and now Holmes said to Gillespie, he's got a severe mental problem, you speak for him. They released me before SACAT could even get involved because SACAT do that all the time. They done it again to me at Christmas.
Okay.
Right, when police illegally locked me in a mental institution at Queen Elizabeth and had everything I owned stolen. Right? They done, and mate, I'm not delusional, my IQ's 120, I've got a photographic memory. Not only that, I've got a terabyte of recorded documents, videos, phone calls, everything. Right? Police, I've got video here of police here with my ex-landlord doing 2 aggravated home invasions on me and them refusing to do anything because they're acting as his personal bodyguards, and they have been for years, and I've got witnesses to all that. I've got witnesses that I was bashed at the hospital when they took me in there, and I've got it all on video of them coming and detaining me at Christmas because I've had to video it all because they've called me delusional liar for 15 years. So I videoed it, and yeah, now they're just overriding Supreme Court laws, and instead of doing anything about that, calling in a doctor who saw me 10 minutes before court and says I'm not fit enough to stand court. Now they refuse to give me the name of the doctor or anything. They can't do that. They've got to inform me. They know I'm doing my own legal because I can't get the words out. I've done 2 years of contract law at uni. Right? I've beaten the police in Western Australia, proving that they set me up. I proved my superannuation company stole from me at the last Royal Commission. I proved Firths in the Supreme Court, the Melbourne liars. You know, I've done pretty well in court, mate. It's just I haven't got the etiquette or anything. Yeah. I don't know the exact words, but I know you're not allowed to remand it 8 times for the police to make up a story.
Time on these calls, and we have almost halfway through the appointment. So what advice are you seeking in relation to these issues?
I need someone in there to say, well, what's happening with the Supreme Court precedent that I've proven that the police officers are guilty, so all their charges should be thrown out. Right? I don't want them to say that I'm not mentally able to stand trial because of corrupt police that are going on doing this every day to everybody. Right? This is an ongoing thing. Right? I'm not just standing up for myself here, I'm standing up for the right of everybody who doesn't know better, right? That needs to know that the police can't just pull you over for a random licence check. That's illegal. Harassment. In Australia, you are meant to be innocent till proven guilty. But me, I'm guilty till proven innocent, and it seems like your magistrates, your courts, your papers, your lawyers, everybody are hiding the fact that criminal activity is happening in the courts. Mate, they found out 6 weeks in that my back was broken, so that means how can I be charged for creating a false belief that someone was hurt if my back was broken? Right? And then find me not guilty but sentence me to 6 months time served. I can't get medical help anymore. I'm too scared to go to a doctor. I'm too scared to go to a police station to make a report if anything bad's done to me. Yeah? I'm too scared to leave my room anymore and do anything. I virtually can't because I can't walk anymore because I'm refused painkillers. I'm refused medication I've been on for 18 years. Doctors are lying, committing fraud. Huh?
How many years have you been on the medication for, sorry?
Over 18.
18?
Yeah, Valium and Panadeine Forte. Because I was in a home invasion where I got a cricket bat to the head. Titanium plates, screws, the whole lot. You know, and I get permanent migraines. Now I can't walk properly because of the back. But, you know, I can't see properly because of the migraines. I can't walk, I can't think properly because of when they put me back to...
In relation to that, so you've got ongoing injuries?
Yeah. Mate, I was accepted into the Navy, right, as a qualified marine engineer in 1997. Okay, I'm not I am a very, very, very gifted person. I just can't get my words right because I've been bashed and drugged for the last 15 years because my ex's mother-in-law wanted to steal my son. Yeah, they set up, I've got all the court documents proving it, mate. There was no lawyer in court for my son in a welfare hearing. Right? The only evidence they had was a doctor that saw me for 2 hours and he retracted his statement. Yeah, and I come here for help because I went everywhere in WA, I've been everywhere in Australia, and I've got the records to prove it. And I just keep getting bent over, you know. I mean, 8 times remanded. How on earth is that even allowed? And then I use a Supreme Court precedent which proves that every single charge they've got on me has to be dropped. So they bring in a doctor and say, no, he's not fit enough to stand charges, and then won't even give me the details of the doctor. Not only that, I proved they hacked the court system, changed paperwork. The police. The police. The police. And I've got the documents proving it. And I've got the emails proving it with the courts. I've got emails to the courts begging for the information of the doctor, of everything. And I get from Central Court that this has got to be passed to Port Adelaide, and Port Adelaide will get back to you soon. That's been happening for 3 months, I haven't had one back. Except for the fact that I was arguing with them one day and I'm a rude and arrogant arsehole when I'm right, because I'm always right, and at the end of the day they say, yes sir, you are right, the documents we have on file are the documents different than what you're showing us. The documents I'm showing them is the documents I got off of them 2 weeks earlier.
I mean, there's a few issues in relation to this.
Well, I mean, complete abuse of disability, the Mental Health Disability Act, complete abuse of the powers in court. I mean, what judge demands that I get some legal assistance to help me present this properly, right? And demands that the prosecution look into the Supreme Court precedent. And I know the Supreme Court precedent wins. The guy had an ounce of speed in the car when he got pulled over and he got off on it. Okay? I didn't have any speed. I was driving a friend to a doctor. Right?
So what are are you on any charges at current?
Only the driving ones. And for a fact that for 6 months I've been paying money to Western Australia to get my licence unsuspended. For 4 months I've been waiting for the licensing department here. I've been paying them money since February, and they still won't. I've been in there twice, rang up 3 times. We'll contact you in a week or two, sir. I've got a clear licence, but they keep still fucking me around. Right? And because I'm taking down the Aboriginal legal rights movement, what they've done over all this, because I know the elders of Western Australia. This won't happen. This is not lying down. This is going all the way to the tribunal. I'm taking down the Prime Minister. I don't care. People have got to be abused because they don't know. So many things happen to people. You know, I mean, people are legally getting detained on mental health orders, right? Like the Royal Adelaide Hospital. I was detained under a mental health order when I was given a phone which is illegal, right? And then I'm charged for using that phone. I didn't have legal rights or my responsibilities.
What have you been charged with that current?
That current, I got charged with creating a false belief that someone was hurt or injured. I done 6 months in jail with the broken back that I told you, and I have been refused any help whatsoever. No physio, no painkillers, no braces, no nothing.
So the RAH broke your back?
Yes.
Royal Adelaide Hospital?
Yes,
correct?
yes.
Okay. In relation to your broken back, have you acted on that?
I've tried to go to lawyers everywhere, no one will represent me.
Okay.
I've been refused loyal representation everywhere in Australia, and I've got the telephone calls. Mate, I paid 20 grand to a mob in WA, right? The top mob over there, right? Who said, yeah, you got a case. When I gave them the 20 grand up cash front to pay for it, they dropped out a few weeks before I went to England. Okay, I went to England, supposed to be due back on the 11th of August, right, had a court case for my son on the 21st of August that had been set for over a year. They changed it to the 5th. I couldn't get back from England.
Okay. I was just putting extra out of time, as I said.
Well,
so look, in relation to
this is the biggest case that's ever going to happen, right? Okay, I've got my government superannuation.
The issues you're stating to me, they're not legal aid funded. Okay, so unfortunately we don't fund personal injury claims, so to speak.
Well, personally, mate, it's not personal injury. It's wrongful conviction, wrongful imprisonment, terrorism. Right? And that you do fund. Right? Mate, I had my back broken, so that charge was definitely illegal. Right? They knew that after 6 weeks, but they kept me in the Adelaide Remand Centre, forcing me to walk upstairs, forcing me to sleep on mattresses that needed to be replaced years ago, right? In a health centre that's meant to be for rehabilitation, not terrorism. Right? So you take... So I'm not looking for compensation. I want those pigs in jail and the judge who have broken the law, and after they found out my back was not broken, I should have been released from jail immediately and given help. But do you know what? They told me I had arthritis in my back. That was the doctor who was too busy on the phone at Christmas trying to organise her wages for Christmas. I asked to see my x-ray report. She refused and said, no, I know what it says. You've got arthritis in your back. 50% L5, 40% L1. I should have been in traction. But instead, I'm in a jail cell where I don't know anybody and I've never been before.